Hello, everyone. Today's article is titled Nuns Fight Social Media Ban. It tells the story of three elderly nuns in Austria who refused to give up their home or their voice after being told to stop using social media. What began as a local dispute has grown into a wider conversation about autonomy, authority, and online expression. Let's pause for a moment before we move into the article. We'll watch a short clip related to today's topic. As you watch, think about what ideas or questions it brings to mind.
Da muss ich schon aufpassen, dass man. Mr. Regina, schau.
Du bist beide ja schon.
Schau her, Amen. Im Namen des Vaters und des Sohnes und des Heiligen Geistes. Amen.
Heilige Gottesgebärde,
Dass wir würdig werden der Verheißungen, jetzt und in der Stunde unseres Todes. Amen.
und der deine
Das ist was.
Now that we've seen the clip, let's take a step back. Before we dig into the details, it helps to explore a broader idea behind the story. This will guide how we understand what follows. This article centers on the tension between individual autonomy and institutional authority. Rules are often created to protect order, tradition, or reputation. However, when those rules limit personal expression, especially for older adults, the question becomes whether authority is offering protection or enforcing control. With that idea in mind, let's turn to a question. At what point does institutional authority cross the line into unnecessary control? Who should decide how much freedom individuals are allowed to have? Authority often justifies itself through responsibility. Institutions argue that rules exist to prevent harm, confusion, or misrepresentation. In this article, church officials express concern about public image and internal order. The nuns, however, view the restriction as a denial of dignity rather than protection. Their refusal highlights a key issue. Autonomy does not disappear with age, and visibility does not automatically equal disruption. The conflict shows how traditional structures struggle to adapt when private lives become publicly visible through digital platforms. Now, to understand this article better, we need to familiarize ourselves with key vocabulary. We'll go over three important expressions, learn their meanings, and see them in action with example sentences. Let's start with autonomy. It refers to the ability to make decisions and live independently without external control. In the article, the nuns argue that their autonomy should be respected despite their age. Here is an example. Many older adults want autonomy in daily choices, even when they receive care. Next, we have abide by. It means to follow or obey a rule or decision. In the article, the nuns clearly state that they do not intend to abide by the social media ban. Here is an example. Employees are expected to abide by workplace policies. Finally, let's look at blunt. It describes speech that is very direct and unfiltered. In the article, Sister Rita is described as blunt when responding to church officials. Here's an example. His blunt answer surprised everyone in the meeting. Now that we've explored the main themes and vocabulary, let's reinforce our understanding with a summary dictation exercise. Listen carefully and fill in the blanks. Three elderly nuns in Austria have drawn global attention after refusing to leave their convent or stop using social media, despite pressure from church officials. Their case has sparked debate about autonomy, aging, and who gets to control online expression. Supporters see the nuns' online presence as harmless and empowering, while church leaders worry about tradition, authority, and public image. The situation highlights a broader tension between long-standing institutions and the realities of modern digital life. Let's check the answers and review what each word means. The first answer is refusing. It means saying no to something firmly, even when there is pressure to agree. The second answer is convent. It refers to a religious building where nuns live together under shared rules. The third answer is presence. It means the state of being active, visible, or involved in a particular space, including online. The fourth answer is empowering. It means giving someone confidence, strength, or a sense of control over their own choices. The fifth answer is realities. It refers to actual conditions or facts that exist, even if they are uncomfortable or hard to accept. Well done, everyone. Today we examined how rules meant to protect institutions can come into conflict with personal autonomy. This story reminds us that questions of control and freedom become even more complex in public digital spaces. So here's a question to reflect on. Should religious institutions be able to control the public image of their members, or does that interfere too much with individual freedom? We'll continue this discussion in our next session.